In the news today, there are reports coming in this afternoon of several grievous attacks in the Upper District. Council Security Chief Wilson Hutter has stated, this assailant has left 5 people dead and 2 fighting for their lives in what we believe to be an unprovoked attack. We are doing all we can to investigate this matter further. We ask the people of District 5 to stay vigilant in their activities. In other news, the council have located and raided 2 more illegal pie shops this afternoon, according to council spokesperson Benedict Gideon Rochford. These shops were selling pies with the meat of dead civilians. The council take this matter very seriously due to the possible contamination of the infection known as the stain, and security teams have been positioned to try and apprehend the suspects who are believed to be affiliated with the radical group 517 Authentics. The head of the Opal Court, Lord Salomon Augustus Mahoney, has stated today that the current blackout within District 5 will put a delay on the long-awaited Marahavi Plaza fashion show. The show scheduled for this time next week may have to be postponed by 2 days. Lastly, reports this afternoon from a reliable source says they fear the council cutbacks have gone too far. According to the source, this morning a council security officer was heard telling a member of the public that his gun was in fact fake. A member of the public said earlier today, the council security are supposed to be here to protect us against the vagrants and vagabonds which seek harm upon us all. They cannot protect us whilst brandishing mere toys. Council spokesperson Benedict Gideon Rochford has stated that all council security personnel are equipped with adequate weapons for the protection of District 5 and that they are looking into these reports to find out the truth. The council thanks you for your continued support.
That the amount of... Say again? Oh, excellent. In that
Hello, dear people!
I will run through like a rundown of what previous, like a recap. This is a larger recap because I didn't do one the last time we played. Okie dokie. So, previously in District 5, Yasiragi Satori and Vita Van Welden were sent to the long-forgotten world of Bellerophon to investigate the secret city known as District 5 by a mysterious race known as the Zadak. Posing as water merchants, the two are supposed to find out as much as they can about this city and report back to this mysterious race. Upon arriving, however, a mysterious rat humanoid caused them a great deal of trouble with the iron-fisted rulers known as the Council. After an altercation which left a council security officer fighting for his life, the rat-like humanoid known as Farak 17 ran and hid in the sewers of the city, where he murdered a man infected with the plague known simply as the Stain. Farak stole the dead man's identity papers and obtained a fake security uniform from the radical group 517 Authentics in exchange for taking a job to beat up a woman who hadn't paid them protection money. Meanwhile, Yasiragi and Vita tried to investigate the district and get a feel for this mysterious place, before trying to get some sleep in an abandoned shop. After a couple of hours, Yasiragi awoke to hear movement upstairs. Fearing for his and Vita's safety, he went to investigate. The noise seemed to be coming from within a wardrobe. Upon opening it, a cat jumped out and ran off into the darkness. After checking the wardrobe, Yasiragi moved it to find a secret entrance into the building next door, and could smell a sweet aroma in the air. Yasiragi followed his nose and came across 2 men who introduced themselves as Shelby and Joshua Korakman, leaders of the radical group known as the 517 Authentics. Yasiragi smoked opium deep into the night with Joshua Korakman, sharing stories of the outside world, while Shelby dragged Vita into the room whilst he was still sleeping. Joshua Korakman gave Yasiragi a job opportunity to mule some drugs around the city. When Yasaragi agreed, Joshua Korakman gave him 2 prostitutes for the night, some opium for him and the girls to smoke, and a comfy bed. Vita, on the other hand, had to go to sleep in the cold hallway. During the night, the council shot down an off-worlder ship 1 kilometer outside of District 5. Upon entering Bellerophon's atmosphere, the STS Argo took heavy damage, which destroyed its engines. Hal Cannery saw the graveyard of ships below torn apart on the wasteland and ordered his pilot to crash land in a safe place to protect the passengers on board the vessel. It was no use, and the ship hit the ground at 470 kilometers an hour, breaking apart on impact, killing the crew instantaneously. Catherine Sarah and Samuel Ward, who had been in cryostasis pods aboard that very vessel, were woken after the backup generator cells on their pods expired 2 hours later to find everyone and everything gone on an unknown planet, and night was falling. Catherine Sarah checked her compad for data. There was little to no information, but she did learn that they were on Bellerophon. She knew where she was. She'd finally reached a place she'd longed to go to, District 5, the El Dorado for criminals, and led Samuel Ward to try and locate it. Upon finding an entrance to District 5, Catherine Sarau bluffed her way into the city using a mysterious civilian paper and claimed Samuel Ward was her manservant. Upon entering the district, the two bickered before heading to a hotel to get separate lodgings for the night and went to get some much-needed food. Meanwhile, Yasaragi and Vita are awake to the sounds of screaming and music being played. Investigating the sounds, they found Shelby torturing a man. Shelby apologized for the noise and gave them some false identity papers and their orders to take 2 opium bricks to a security station in the Rim district. Upon arrival at the security station, tensions ran high as Vita and Yasaragi were confronted by a security officer whilst carrying opium. Vita used his telepathy to sense something was not right, and Yasaragi and Vita discover the security station is in fact fake and a front for the 517 Authentics. Entering the station, they meet Joshua Korakman, who told them that it was all a test and welcomes them formally to the 517 Authentics. Joshua Korakman gives them a mission to protect a woman who is going to be attacked by mistake. Yasaragi and Vita head to the location with haste. Meanwhile, Catherine Salrao tells Samuel Ward that he needs to get new clothes and to go with her to find the tailors so he can look the part of a servant. Verax too is heading to the tailors, who he has been told to threaten. Yasaragi and Vita are also heading there to stop Verax from harming the woman. Upon arriving, they all discover that the shopkeeper is out to business, and Yasaragi uses this opportunity to talk Verax out of hurting a woman by hiring him as part of his team. Vita spots Samuel Ward, who he spent some time training with long ago, and reacquainted himself before the woman shopkeeper walks past and re-enters her shop. The group head in for different reasons. Yasaragi wants to know if she is okay and to tell her that she is now safe. Verax and Vita follow him. Catherine heads in with Samuel to buy new clothes. However, upon entering the shop, the woman introduces herself as Anna Feng and tells the group she has a job for them. Which brings us up to now.
I've got chills.
In the future, I won't do it from the beginning. However, I missed it, and Kat and Kirk kind of didn't get the gist of what was really happening with you guys and stuff. So I fill it in this time, and then the next session it will just be what happened in this session.
Oh, but they told it so well, sir. They told it so well.
So, starting with the person we left off on, which was Yasu, who I believe walked into the shop first, and a lady behind the counter, who we know is Anna Feng, slammed her hands down on the counter and said, "You, I have a job for you."
Oh, I need to...
that was the point in which we ended.
I need to open her character art to more properly immerse me in this world.
I can open it and share it with everyone.
I've got it right now. Do your thing though.
Can you give me the link to the chat, to the sheet of the charter?
Yep. 1 second.
Thanks.
I'll link it in TeamSpeak.
Great.
I think, firstly, either retconning it as I walk across the room towards the counter, or just briefly, I'd like to glance around and just see exactly what this tailor's contains.
Okay. Well, inside this particular tailor's, it's quite dim lighting. There's a faint smell of mothballs in the air that has obviously been placed to stop insects and whatnot from damaging the materials before beautiful things can be made. There's some very fanciful dressers on stands, half made, and threads and needles in pincushions dotted about the place, and lots of natural woods stained and glass cabinets with little hats and whatnot in.
All right. So I think in response to her proposal, I kind of look around for a place to perhaps sit and just take a load off and get ready for this business interaction.
Right, so there's a couple of seats like knocking about the place, you know. There's seats where obviously she sits to sew, and seats where clientele are waiting and whatnot. So there's various seats in and about the place for
Okay,
people to sit.
Stroll
Might I
over to
in-
one.
Wait, might I interject before we do all this? Before the business takes place, Vita Van Wilden's going to stand just in the door frame, keeping an eye out on the street, just to make sure there are no undesirables lurking around and looming, trying to do anything suspicious. If you know what I mean.
Pretty sure the only undesirable you've taken in with you.
Except the rat. Except
I-
the rat. I make a good point of that.
Noticing this out of the corner of my eye, I'm happy that you're so
Can
alert.
I'll give you a nod before I do it. You know, just so we understand each other.
can you do something? I was planning to, instead of looking around the place, just sniffing around, instead of looking, and try to find out if there's something rotten that I can eat. Anything, it's good. Anything. I don't know. Something like a pet that died a month ago and now is something like decomposing on the ground. It's good. It's good.
Oh, it's a relatively clean shop. There's a couple of like dead moths on the floor where obviously she's been killing them to stop them from eating her materials that she's working with, but there's no rats or dead animals or rotten cheese or anything like that.
I do something like that. I just, come closer to the moth and start eating them from the ground, something like.
Meanwhile,
acting like, it's everything fine. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Meanwhile, in the shop.
so I'm pulling up one of these chairs, which I imagine is like, it looks minuscule next to my hulking frame, and I kind of like pinch it between two fingers and just try to delicately move this chair away from the table and sort of sit down as it groans under my immense weight, and then I just kind of slam a plasma projector down onto the table, which I imagine rocks slightly, and I kind of have to balance it, like get it centered on there and things, and then I just kind of, I don't know, I guess I sit back and cross my arms, and I'm just like, really?
And Catherine and Samuel, you enter the shop along with the other three miscreants.
I'm perusing the clothes on Samuel's behalf. Think he'd look lovely in a dress.
You're looking at the female clothes.
Yeah.
Is there any walls that don't have anything on? I'll just go and lean up against the wall if there is.
Yeah, there's
To lean.
there's places that you could lean against if you're wanting to disregard the chairs entirely and lean against the wall.
Yeah, I'd rather lean against the wall.
Okay. Well, Anna Feng sort of looks about at all of you that have just entered her shop and glazes across. You can't see any movement of her eyes as she's wearing these big, sort of heavy goggles that have got like focused in lenses, so one of her eyes looks really, really big because it's got like a zoomed in sort of part, which she obviously uses whilst, I guess, hemming or sewing of some description.
Well, I've got the feeling that that's just her excuse. She's actually got a freakishly large eye.
Takes it off her eyes the same size. And she looks around at you all before looking back at Yasiragi and saying to him, "You there? I've got a job for you and your friends if you would so wish to undertake it."
I'm nodding and I'm like, please fill me in on the details.
There's a gentleman who unfortunately has turned up dead in the Upper District. He's a relatively nice fellow, or was, should I say. His name was Carlos Crime. He was supposed to bring me a letter. This letter is of great importance to me, as it has stock lists from the outside world that I desperately need. I believe his body's been taken to the Glass Tower, but I need that letter. Unfortunately, they won't give it to me, which is where I have been all afternoon. And I'm needing some people that don't mind circumventing this stupid law the council has put in place to get my property back.
Acquisitions. I like it.
I notice you have a man dressed as a guard, so that may come in of some use.
Yes, a man. A man.
He glares at him eating moths on her floor.
I'm not eating moths. What? No, not me. Doing nothing. I'm a guard. I don't eat moths.
She turns to look at Samuel and says, "You there? You're with these people, right? You're all together, correct?"
Yeah, of course. Not like we just met or anything. We've been together forever.
I
for
think
ages.
I just look at you and I just do a long sniff through a single nostril.
Through a single nostril.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that.
No. Oh, it's possible.
He
I just-
found a way.
I just did it.
I suppose we haven't really got into your race. You might only have one nostril.
What? Jesus.
Just
we
so
are assuming,
muscly.
aren't we?
Yeah, I
We
have
are
So
taking-
muscly
all
that
that
you can
control over the
them.
nose. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm actually not muscular at all, just big. So I'm like, I'll need a moment to discuss this proposal with my associates.
Yeah.
I'm not so happy. It's like, I'm with mate. We are mates, but this forever.
I'm just there like,
His face is frozen. Is that you
Yeah.
frozen?
oh, that's brilliant. If only I pressed print screen in time. Oh, we could have had the best capture.
That could have been our meme. No.
And she turns to you and says, "You can take all the time you need. However, I do need it by the end of today."
Alright, I give a serious nod, like, oh, it's quite urgent, I understand. And step away, trying... I stand and I'm like, I almost turn to the chair and I'm like, are you okay? You good? Okay. And then, knowing that it has not collapsed, I move back towards the door and corner Vita for a discreet conversation. And I'm like, Vita... Did you overhear the discussion I just had with this fine young lady?
Well, I heard the main parts of that. We're after a bloke who ended up dead, brown bread as they say, and he's in the Glass Tower. She wants a letter that might be on his person, or in his personal effects, as they say. Did I miss anything out, Mike?
No, that's wonderful. Very observant.
But I might actually say, what's in it? This is me whispering. What's in it for us? Say.
I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Would you be able to perhaps reassure me as to the loyalty of your friends here, as I'm not quite familiar?
Oh, Samuel's a good guy. He's a right stand-up bloke, as far as I'm aware. It's like, you know, I trust him as far as any upstanding bloke in this place. I trained with him, you know, at the monastery, you know, for the old psychic abilities. It's been a while since I've last met. We ported Grays about, I don't know, must be about 7 years ago. So, well, I'll have a quick catch-up with him, but from last time I heard, he's a pretty upstanding guy.
And his companion?
I don't know who that lass is, but I'm pretty sure that if Samuel's with her, she must be alright.
Alright, yeah. Thank you, I'm reassured. Yeah, okay. So, I guess now
What about this rat fella? Are we sure we can trust him?
Actually, you notice that I was not, you know, something like in the shop, because every move that Yuzuragi did, I just follow him like I'm his shadow. So actually, I was here just peeking at your discussion. So,
all right, fair enough. In retrospect, in doing a bit of retcon, I pat him on the shoulder. So what about this rat fella? Are we all right with him? Is he to be trusted?
He seems quite loyal.
You can trust me. You can trust me.
As you can see.
I look him in the visor eye and go, you wouldn't lie to a bloke, would you, mate?
What? No, sorry, I didn't understand what to say.
I look you in the eye or the visor because you're obviously wearing a helmet.
Oh yeah.
And I go and I look you in where I assume your eyes are and go, nah, you won't be lying to a good chap, will you, mate?
No, I won't. I don't tell lies. I just kill. I kill.
That's great. But it's nice to know where a fella's priorities lie. And I pat you on the chest, and I turn around to keep an eye on the street for a second.
Okay, I then whisper to Yuzuragi, can I kill him?
Sweet Jesus, no, Ferax. And then I approach Samuel.
You know, actually, I think that if you ask Ferax to, you know, something like launch himself in the void or in you know, something like a fire, a big fire, he will do it because he really trusts you, Yuzuragi. I mean,
he has his uses, definitely. He's an asset to the team.
He's definitely going to jump. If you ask him, he will jump off a bridge.
yeah, we'll do it. You just have to say it will be fine. Trust me. And just jumps over, say, I believe I can. Something like that.
So
you head over to Samuel.
yes, Samuel, you see this hulking character approaching you.
Well, this looks like a sound guy. I wouldn't do anything after like that. How do?
I think, if you don't mind, I'll give a slightly more vivid description of my character, because I don't believe I've done so particularly. But basically,
No, you haven't.
Nathan Explosion from Deathclock, so, and kind of like a Skrillex hair, where it's like shaved on one side and then like flops over, and it's just unnecessarily long. And then I have a huge scar that just runs up the left side of my neck and face, like across the eye, which you don't know, but I'll let you know out of character is self-inflicted.
God is more brutal.
Exactly.
Let me guess, because
One day
it
you
was
just
more brutal.
look up in
Exactly,
your eyes, so you
exactly.
just
No, you might find out one day, but yeah, so that's the type of gentleman who's approaching you. He's got this old, like, beat up looking plasma projector, and I don't know if you've noticed or not yet, but scrawled on the side it says Mad Dog, spelt D-A-W-G. We got the real American slang going on for some reason in,
Well,
in space.
I'm glad to see that maybe you are not completely out of your mind, but still you're a bit. I mean, you're not the standard guys, so it's better because to which relate better with, misfits and this kind of people that are a bit strange.
Self-harmers, that kind of thing. Anyway, so
Yeah.
so you're just nodding at me, right, Samuel? Like,
Looks stand-up guy. Yeah. Right.
okay, all right, okay. So I'm like, I believe you're with us now.
Of course. I'm friends with everyone.
Excellent. I trust you'll be happy to take part in this operation that we've been discussing.
Inquisitions Inc. That's what I heard.
Inquisitions Inc. Okay. Excellent. Good. And well, yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with the situation, but I do approach.
I'm gonna
Catherine.
as you've said that before. As you say that, Vita's gonna shout over. You stay with us, mate. We'll see you right.
Excellent. And Catherine, do you notice me, or are you engrossed in the displays?
Well, I'm watching you have your conversation with Samuel, and I very rudely butt in
Oh.
and hold up one emerald green dress and one blue suit to Samuel and say, which one?
I raise my eyebrows.
This is quite the turning point. I'll take the suit.
Okay. I turn to Feng and say, we'll be needing this for the mission, quotation marks, and hand it to Samuel.
Which one did you hand me?
The suit!
Okay. I wasn't sure for a second.
Okay, so
Miss Feng looks at Catherine and says, "Dear girl, if you require that suit to undertake the mission at hand, by all means, please take it."
Wow. Some awesome
I like her
bartering
even
skills
more.
right there.
Excellente. That's some great negotiation right there.
So, yeah, I return to the counter or wherever Anna Feng can be found at this moment, and I simply say, "We accept, but on condition of some payment."
She takes her goggles off to look you keenly in the eye, and she says, "Sir, I cannot stress the importance of this letter. In 1 week's time is due to be the fashion show at the Marahavi Plaza. As I'm sure you're aware,
Absolutely.
this is of great importance to a tailor. My clothes could become next year's greatest thing, should it be a winning piece. However, I need this letter. It is for me acquiring materials that you cannot get within this district, or in fact this world. If you undertake this, I shall pay you and your troop 2,000 credits between you."
All right, I outstretch.
However, this is for obtaining me the letter. If you, once you have the letter, read it and get me these materials, the payment may be considerably higher.
I guess I glance back around the party members, looking for an affirmative, I suppose.
I immediately pick up and think of extra cash. Vita does. And I look at him and go, well,
Excellent.
It could be interesting, yeah. Mm.
I turn back and outstretch a hand.
And she takes your hand and kind of shakes it, but very meekishly.
Yes, I, as delicately as I can, in a gentlemanly manner, return the shake there. And
Breaks the right side of her body.
One thing I'm gonna Vita will slightly walk up to the desk and go. Oh, there's one more question here, lass. When we do get this list of knickknacks, where would we be expected to find said cloth and fibre of the fabric variety?
Yeah, raises her eyebrow and says, "Dear sir, if I knew where to obtain the materials, I would have no use for you at all. I can assure you, though, that it should be on the note."
I chuckle
you want-
ever so slightly.
Right? Just you're gonna cross the well. As you understand, in this sort of business, last you're gonna cross all the I's and dot all the T's, even if it makes you look like a complete fool. But you should never assume in this business. But thanks for that. I understand your point exactly.
Yeah, turns to you all as a group and she says, "Once you've obtained the materials, or if that proves too much of a difficult challenge for you and you just need to bring me the note, I will be here. I am always here, except from earlier when I had to step out, but that was a circumstance which does not normally arise."
I leave.
Yeah, sure. I walk out also.
I think it's safe to assume we all walk out.
Yeah, Ferax, Nicolos had to go and eat, so he said to because he's just doing anything Yasiragi says and is basically just following him to just have it where he just agrees with everything Yasiragi's doing and is just copying everything he's doing.
Wait. So who's controlling his marker?
I guess I'll have to move his marker.
No, but it's moving.
Oh no, that one's this one's Nicolos, the cat one.
I got that confused. Oh my god.
How did you make it larger?
I can make them large. I can make all of them large.
Oh, before we do that, I'll need to have permission to move the marker because I am I've signed up to a different person
Okay.
because of the freaking Roll20.
Nice, I should saw that. Can you try and move him now for me, Tom? Yeah, cool.
There we are. I can move him. That's... Okay. Alright, okay. Yeah, Samuel. So what brings you to District 9? Are you looking for a job and whatnot?
Sure, I told you that we got shut down.
No, I mean,
Well,
were you on your way to District 9? Or is this
District
totally...
9. Yeah, I was just traveling around space trying to find adventure. I'm looking for quite the adventure. I had a pretty boring time over the past couple of years, so I was looking for something different. I didn't really have a goal of somewhere to go, just wandering, looking what's around.
Right, alright then. Well, tell you what then, mate, you come work with me, come partner with me. We'll definitely see you through to some credits at least. I can't guarantee adventure as such, but you never know what happens, especially in the company of this lot.
Yeah, there could be some crazy times I am expecting.
Tell you what though, it's good to see you again, mate.
Good to see you too.
Anyway, so part of this glass tower apparently. What say you guys? Are we gonna go and scope out this place?
I didn't inform you at the time, but I've already set foot inside the building. They've got a lot of tech in there, a lot of sciencey looking folk, nothing I would understand, but it's where I got my weapon license, and maybe I'll flash that jazzy looking piece of artwork at you for a second.
Ah, lovely piece of art. I like the engraving. When you went there, old Yasiragi, did you happen to see any? Did you happen to eyeball any of the security footage or the security intel that they've got in that place?
Do I remember? Am I able to remember anything, Matt?
You could roll to see if you remember.
Okay, what should I roll?
You were there. Let me see. Your sheet.
What you could do is do a retroactive perception check.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Nine.
Well, you remember that there were security guards that took you there as it was their main headquarters, and that there was CCTV about the place, and you remember quite a callous, rude gentleman who was at the desk where you obtained your license.
And that's all.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, cameras, and the place is crawling with guards. I think it's some kind of headquarters location.
Alright then. Well, first of all, I've got to rest. My brain's absolutely frazzled from doing all that extra mental activity, if you catch my drift.
That seems about right.
Anyway, Catherine, was it? I'll walk over to Catherine. So, what was your character's name again?
Same name, Catherine.
Easy peasy. Right. So, was it Catherine, lass?
Indeed.
Right. Okay. So, tell me a little about yourself. What was your profession? What are you good at?
I don't like to discuss my particulars so easily, but I can tell you that I was doing some medical research.
Well, of course, within the bounds of good taste, lass. You don't have to go into your family history and whatnot and private matters. What I'm really asking is, what are you skilled at? So you say you've got medical profession? Is that medical procedures, or is that more experimental research material?
I think we could put it in the category of experimental.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. So, what was the last thing that you were working on last before you ended up finding yourself in this shithole?
I've been researching some new medicines, but I can't tell you too much about them. You know the gist.
Don't worry, I get the gist. Right then, so I'm talking to the group now. So we need to apparently get into this place to get a cadaver out. So, anyone up for suggestions?
Take the body. I'm sure we only needed to get a letter.
Yeah, I think we'll leave the corpse, mate.
Someone has to take the fun out of everything. It's a body. It's worth something to someone.
Hold on a second. There are pie shops which serve people.
Oh.
Now you're talking my language, son.
So, are you heading straight to the glass
No.
tower? Does
I
Vita
think we're
need
looking
to-
for accommodation.
Well, I still have a room. So I know somewhere where we can.
Yeah,
There.
Catherine and Samuel both have rooms for the night booked already, so it's possible you'd be able to stay with them.
I think before we bed down for that night, it'd be worth scoping out the actual outside of the building. See what we've got around it.
Can I just want to interject something. One of the two Zadak gentlemen, Yasaragi or Vita, may want to give Joshua Rackman a call to let him know that the previous job has been...
Don't worry, I was just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure
will
whether
be
they
doing
forgot
that
because it was
on
from the last session. It kind of bled across. I was thinking, I hope they haven't forgot.
Oh no, don't worry. This was going to happen, after this event.
Well, I was about to say that if you want to scout the place, I'll meet with Core Rackman now.
Right, I think the best thing to do now is just to for the case of pacing, I'll roll a perception. You can tell we'll just take it for granted I've gone there, and whoever wants to come with me, we'll roll a few perception checks, and you can describe what the building's like around and what buildings surround it, and we'll meet back up where we're going to agree to meet up.
Potential entry points, structural weaknesses, security patrols, times of security changes, and anything that's going to give us an opening, possible deliveries or exports where we could steal a uniform and sneak in that way. So I would go over that in character and blah 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 before you guys head off, I guess.
Right, so who wants to accompany me on this little scouting mission?
Oh, I'll come.
I will.
Perfect.
Adventure.
What is it you say, Yazaragi?
Well, I'm just like, alright, go on without me. I'll call Joshua Korakman, and I'll get us payment for our previous exploits.
I was talking about your catchphrase, mate. You know, double the adventure, is it?
Oh, I didn't think it was an appropriate time, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I abusing your catchphrase?
I know I'm guilty of that myself, but I'm trying to fit it in tastefully.
Are we wearing it out? Are we wearing it out? I don't know about that. Are we doing? I don't know. Right. Okay.
So you three are now up at the glass tower. I've moved your token up there, Tom.
Oh, wonderful.
Take a look at this thing. Oh, this district is huge. If that's the size of the glass tower, and we've seen the middle district, this place is massive.
Well, that rim also covers the gardens for that glass tower.
Oh, okay.
So it is smaller, but it's still pretty big. This upper district is quite large.
I'm with you now.
Right, okay. Just for the sake of things, what are the buildings that surround it? I'm going to ping them. That one there. Which one's that?
This one here.
Mm-hmm.
That is a security terminal. It's basically like a server building. It's like what would you call them? You know, like power grids that go to, like the power lines. They go to like those big generator things that are fenced.
Yeah,
have like loads of electrical stuff. It's like a power generator.
Yeah, a power grid.
Yeah, that's the one, a power grid. Yeah.
So I can imagine it's full of tubing, electrical tubes and amps, and with it being District 5 and everything.
Well, that thing could knock out the power for a while.
So okay.
There we go. Did you ping this building, then?
I certainly did.
That building there is a barracks.
All right. So after watching it for a while, is it a city watch barracks or is it more military?
They're all security personnel barracks, as the security within District 5 is essentially the army.
Righto. So so a barracks. How about this one?
Oh, this one here.
How about that one?
One moment. That one isn't part of that same table, so give me 1 second.
No problem.
I will be able to tell you.
Hey, if Catherine or Samuel come up with any ideas, do feel free to interrupt me, because I'd hate to steal the show. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll just go and look at these buildings whilst you're looking at them ones down there.
Okay. This is like just a rough sort of scout over for now before we start focusing on the glass tower and all that good stuff.
Okay, so this building here is a massage parlour.
Ooh,
I'm going straight in there to have a look.
Good luck with the scouting, guys. I'll see you later.
I like this lass. She knows what her priorities are. Right, so that's a massage parlour. Was that one, Kirk, that you pinged on?
Yeah, I'm looking at these two. From the outside, just casually walking by.
Right, so what are those two buildings there, Matt?
Can you ping them for me?
It's these two
Right,
here.
one there. That right. Okay, so this one here is another power grid. This small one, and the big one isn't part of the same thing. So I've got just thing for it. Oh wow, that's right. Okay, I've just got to do another quick roll. Okay, so this one here is another power grid, so I'll just place that over to there. And the bigger building above it is a dangerously illicit brothel.
I think I've gone in the wrong building. I need to go in that one.
Guess we should just look what the last building is. Anywhere near?
Yeah, we'll do that one. 3 buildings down here, but we'll do your one first, Kirk.
Ah, yes. Yeah,
So which build? Oh, hang on, which build? That one there.
That's correct.
I just need to. I'm just gonna give. I don't know why Kirk's doesn't have it.
How is the illicit brothel right next to the glass tower? The corruption runs so deep.
Well, is prostitution illegal in District 5? There you go. It's a legitimate business.
Okay, but illicit would imply that it's illegal, or that they're doing
Being
something
disclosed.
illegal.
Not necessarily
I
illegal. Illicit brothels can be sadomasochism, bondage,
Oh.
pissing on each other.
Yeah,
You know,
it's specialist,
illicit.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a specialist brothel. Specialist brothel.
The golden shower.
That's
What-
now what it's called.
That's it. Pull it
Welcome to the golden shower.
down. So put illicit brothel.
So you want to
brackets,
know-
the golden shower.
You want to know what this one here
Oh
is?
shit. Sorry.
Right, okay. That is a council guard post.
Sorry
I'll
guys.
casually
can
just
you
walk
tell
past.
me what I've lost?
You've not
What?
actually missed out much, really. We've
Maybe
got a
you
job.
can recap him, Matt?
Yeah, so you guys left the building and then you went to go get some food, Niccolo. Yasaragi is currently contacting Joshua Korakman to get payment for protecting Anna Feng, and Vita Van Welden, Catherine Salrau, and Samuel Ward have all gone up to the glass tower to scout the buildings around the glass tower, because you need to get into the glass tower, which is heavily fortified as it's like the main security place for District 5.
At level 1.
And
Well, actually, I'm dressed like a guard, and I also have a paper, so I can, guarantee for them and allow them to enter.
Are his
Like,
papers
Nope.
guards' papers, though, or civilian papers?
they're guards' papers.
Oh.
Right.
He killed a guard in the sewers that was infected by the stain. from
Oh, that
Slade
guy was a
fish.
guard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hence
Oh,
why
no,
he kept screaming, "Shut down the glass tower!"
Holy shit, we can use this for our advantage. Anyway,
We should
so-
just send him in now. Like, go in and
On his own.
No, wait, we have to plan this. We have to plan this carefully. So, okay,
So,
You think
is
what-
there any other
you-
buildings
so-
that you
sorry.
walk past to check out?
Yep, but
This one
actually,
here.
you can
Okay.
plan something with Parallax. I mean, it's not like you can tell me, okay, you have to do these, then these, and then these. It just act on its own. So you have just to cross your fingers and hope that things are going right. No, okay, I'm kidding. We can play something. So actually, where am I?
right. So that's
I guess you're with Yasaragi, who's on his compad, I guess.
Okay.
Did you contact him via compad, or did you go there to meet him?
No, I contact him via compad first to arrange a meeting.
Well, just for the sake of poor old Ivan, do you want to just play that scene out for a minute?
I wouldn't mind talking to Joshua again. He is quite an inspirational character in my life, after all.
Well, especially after the opium and the 2 prostitutes.
It was the conversation, I think, more than anything.
Yeah, so I guess
It was for Joshua.
I pull out this compad and like for about 10 minutes I just sausage finger keys like, come on, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get there eventually. There we go. And I place the call.
Okay, it rings for literally a nanosecond. Like
Whoa.
it just and as soon as you hear the first tone, straight away it's answered, and he's just like, "Ah, Yasaragi, I've been expecting your call."
Excellent. Your lady is safe.
Ah, I knew I would put trust in the right person when I chose you, Yasu. So the lady, she is perfectly safe and well, I take it?
Yes, the man in question is somewhat under my control now, but I wouldn't say fully, and I don't think that's ever going to be the case.
Well, if he steps out of line, Yasu, you know what to do. You just call me and we will kill him for you. It's not a problem.
Ah,
If
excellent.
one steps out of line, nothing is as fun as dipping a man in acid.
I like this guy.
I just chuckled down the phone. Yeah, a bit of the old ultra-violence. Yeah.
In the background, by the way, you can hear his glorious gramophone playing,
Wow,
which now actually exists.
that's amazing. I'm like, so, can we meet? Get this wrapped up?
There is no need to meet, Yasu. If you say you have the job done, I will take your word for it. If you lie to me, you know the consequences. I shall send you the money across. I have your compad details, and I know that Vita's with you, so I shall send you the money over post haste, and I'm sure you will give Vita his share. Of course, that is up to you.
Pretty sure he did all the heavy lifting. And then I'm just like, excellent. If it wouldn't inconvenience you, I might contact you again soon.
Of course, that would not be a problem. Whenever you need work, there is normally something that needs doing in this piss pot of a place. May I ask though, Yasu, how much was it again? I said I would pay you for your troubles.
Do I recall? Because I don't.
I guess you could. Yeah, I don't think it was only earlier that day, so I guess you'd know. If I remember correctly, because I don't fully remember, but if I remember correctly, it was like 250 credits each, or 500 credits each. I think it might have been 500, 1,000 split.
Okay. I'm like, okay.
He's like, that sounds about right. I'll send across the money for you right away, and he puts down the phone.
Great.
I love how the music cuts out too. That's great.
Yes, was very timed. One little question. I didn't get what kind of mission Anna Fang give us.
Shut down the glass
so-
tower, basically.
No, she wants. There was a man who was supposed to be giving her an itinerary letter that had a contact's name on it that was supposed to give her material. He was a middleman between somebody who brings in materials illegally and her, but he's been murdered, as the news bit said at the beginning. 5 people have been killed and 2 have been seriously injured because there's a murderer on the loose.
Okay.
He's unfortunately was one of the people that had been murdered, and you have to somehow go into the glass tower and either convince the people or steal or somehow acquire that possession which was on his corpse. So there's various ways you can get hold of stuff from a dead person's body that's already in a mortuary. You can convince them that your family, or if you're a guard or an official person, then you can possibly get it or whatnot.
I've lost the word when you say this is illegal. What is illegal?
bringing in goods from the outside world.
Oh, goods.
Without
from the
paying the
outside. Okay, I lost the word goods.
Yeah,
Just here, it's illegal to this.
yeah, it's illegal to
Okay.
bring in goods.
What if I, I show my papers and say, okay, I'm a guard, they are with me, we are a family. Well, actually, it's hard to make them believe that Yasuragi is, look at him and something like,
It's okay, cut you off there, Ferox. This is more something that you would discuss with the party once we actually decide what we're going to do plan-wise.
Well, actually, I'm discussing that out of character because, do you imagine Ferox asking you to plan something? Ferox planning, and it's
I see your
can't do
point.
that. Yeah, something like maybe one of you can introduce the argument, something like, "Hey, Ferox, you're just like a guy. What did you?" And say, "Hey, let them go," something like that.
All right, well,
Wow.
moving on. Shall we get back to these these too few buildings?
Yep.
Hey,
One thing that I just want to point out because it is what may be useful for members of the group to check their things. On your civilian papers, underneath the title at the top where it says the certificate of permanent citizenship or roaming citizenship, there's a bit that says security clearance level and then a number. So
Okay.
certain zones in the glass tower will allow certain security levels through and not others, so
All
that
right.
might be something that you'd want to check.
Right, that'll
in
be
the
on the list
future.
of things we do in a minute. We'll just first of all scout the
So let's
locations.
so these buildings. So
Oh.
if you just pin them all.
I have a security clearance level 4. It is good.
Perfect. One moment.
Oh, okay. So let me just do another.
Oh, I
Okay,
didn't
so
notice.
this one here is a bar. It's a security officer's bar, so it's a bit like a like a police bar where lots of police officers go and hang out. I guess it'd be the same sort of thing, but for out of hours security officers, it's quite popular with them.
So a bar that has a lot of security officers as a clientele.
Well, Enigma, do you show us something? Because I'm seeing nothing.
It's up at the glass tower. They're just pinging buildings and whatnot, trying to find out about them. And
That one over there.
that one there.
Okay. Okay,
Ah.
by the way, you said
Okay.
something about security level. Actually, in my paper was wrote security clearance level 4. It is good enough to enter the tower.
Obviously, it's higher than 2, which is
We
what
don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't be aware of it of whether it is or not. So that place there is a boutique. I'll put a W on the end of boutique there. There we go.
Okay. Okay, so do you think that
And
maybe
finally, these two here. Is that one building or is that 2 buildings?
1 second.
Is there any music for this scene?
Two
There
buildings that have crashed.
probably should be the Upper District music. Actually, I know the perfect thing to play. Where is it?
my key?
Oh, I like
Perfect
it.
scouting music.
I like
Oh, I
it.
love it.
I like it a lot.
I also have my KTT.
So you want to know
Ready
what this
for my
building here is? Yeah.
Is that 2 buildings or is that 1 building?
That's a building that's attached to another building, so it's like essentially one building.
Okay.
Right.
And you're wanting to know what that one is, yes?
Yes.
That's a squalid apartment block.
How tall is the apartment block?
Let me see. It's 4 high, so it's got 4 floors.
4 floors, eh? And how tall's the glass tower, roughly?
Very.
Very tall. It's super tall. Pretty much just looks like a pillar running through the center.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay.
Okay, I think that
It is
maybe
this
me and
one.
Yasuragi.
What? Sorry?
I was saying that maybe me and Yuzuragi can start to reach the others, because I see that we are still at the shop of Anafang.
Yeah,
What-
we're coming back.
What's happening, folks? This is all happening at once, and we're going to meet up.
We will meet up very soon. But
Okay.
just a question though, do I have anyone's compad info yet, or just Joshua
You-
Korakman?
You should have Vitas,
Oh,
because
good.
we're working together.
That would make sense. Retcon.
Yeah, you rang each other on it earlier anyway, like in the very first section.
If you remember.
I also remember something from the very first session. There was someone between Vitavan and Yuzuragi, but it doesn't have a package. Something like wait, let me
Water.
check.
We managed to get into District 5 by pretending to be water salesmen, which worked because we got in without
Okay.
a hitch.
I was saying that one of you doesn't have a backpack, and so I bought one more for one of you, and I think it was for Valdon. So actually, maybe Valdon in his inventory
Ooh,
doesn't have a
that's very
backpack,
nice.
and I have one for him.
Oh, thank you very much, thanks. Well, when we meet up, I'll find out you've got that.
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. I just
So-
remember this just now because I was looking in my inventory. I see two backpack, and I asked to myself, "Why two backpack?" And then I remembered that.
All right,
During the
sorry, let me
presentation.
interrupt you there. So, Catherine, what kind of stuff's happening in that parlor? Just.
Unspeakable things.
Oh, I like your evil laugh. Can you do it again? Yeah, something like that.
Just diabolical laughter hour.
Yeah.
So do you come out of the massage parlor and help them at any point, or do you just stay? Are you getting a massage?
No, just
What are you
clothes
doing
shopping and
inside?
massages.
Are you just sort of stood in a massage parlor watching people? Are you getting a
It's a bit
massage?
creepy.
Like, yeah, what are you doing in there? Don't tell me it's creepy. You're the one in there. What are you doing in there? Are you looking at them? Are you flirting?
I'm having a wonderful time.
Yeah,
I've
but
had
what
a lovely massage.
You've had a massage.
I
Yeah.
believe that would be expensive.
I've also had a nice discussion with the manager, and I'm trying to persuade her to expand her services.
I believe
you're-
the roll will do. I believe
Yeah.
the persuasion roll will be in order.
Or is it
Yeah,
business?
I want you to.
Oh, you saucy minx!
Actually, that's a good point. Would it be persuasion or would it be business?
You're the GM. I'm sorry, but
Let's.
maybe if Kat can better define the situation for
Yeah,
us.
I think. Yeah. What is it you're asking her to do?
I'm trying to persuade her to.
This is definitely the wrong music for that. However.
I can't hear any of music,
Oh no.
by the way.
Well, that's just a bastard, isn't it?
Missing out.
Oh no!
I'm trying to persuade her to expand her services and stop pretending to be a massage parlor. And be exclusively for the ladies,
Well,
if you catch my meaning.
Well, that's going to be quite a difficult thing to do. In fact, I dare I say impossible, considering it's a
Probably.
legitimate massage parlor. If you
Not anymore.
And
You're
next to
there,
the
like-
barrel.
and
it's
you're
like the
basically
most
just there, like,
upstanding business.
They're there doing massages to like 8 muscled like security officers, and you're just there like, please become a lesbian brothel, please.
Okay.
I think she just tells you to kindly leave. I think at that
Very well.
Ouch.
I'll take my business elsewhere.
Free massage though.
You'll rue the day you ever kicked Catherine Selrow out. I guess I walk out with my big hat in a strop.
Side objective is now to take down the massage parlor.
Your massage was shit anyway.
Jesus.
Just while we're scouting, can I look which one of these power grids are actually connected to the glass tower? Or are the wires underground or something?
That could
Yeah,
require
there any
perception.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see any wires.
Can I try to do a perception check to see
What, for underground?
We're gonna need like a science
if,
check or something.
No, wait. I want to do some kind of check to see if I can, try to understand how many tons of dynamite it will serve to make the glass tower to blow up. Like that.
How many tons?
Going straight for the tower,
Yeah.
and bringing that down. That's a big jump.
Just hoping to find the letter in the rubble. That's what you're trying to do at this point. Pick through brick by brick.
So
Yasaragi did ask us to check the structural integrity,
I did.
so we could do a perception roll to see
Well,
if there's any dodgy bits.
There's nothing wrong with more information.
Yeah, more information
we
you have
could.
about 'em.
Well, me and Samuel could do a combined perception check to help each other out.
Look, I'm not technically there. Could I have showed up, perhaps,
Yeah,
seeing
yeah,
as I have so much free time?
Yeah, you guys would have probably. I mean, at this point, they've like walked around the building. I'd say a couple of times, looking at all of these things, and there's been enough time that Catherine's managed to have a meeting to try and get an upstanding massage parlor to become a lesbian brothel and have a massage. So
I would like
imagine
to.
You've made enough time.
I would like to meet
get
with
there.
her outside of the massage parlor once all of that drama has finished.
Well, you
Okay,
could,
yeah,
you could
so-
imagine you meet up with us and go, where's Catherine? And we just all point to that massage parlour. Look over there, mate. Look
Just-
over there.
Just to confirm with you, Enigma, would it be a science check to determine how the wires are connected up in this power grid? Or would it be something like a tech, pre-tech or something? It's more likely. What am I saying? You can just read it. I'll read it.
They might be underground. We might not even be able to see anything, though. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, but with scientific knowledge, you could theorize exactly how it is. Yeah. I think it's a post-tech check. Almost all technology in use on modern frontier worlds. So that would be like all electronic systems and such.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
covers all conventional scientific applications. Actually, building or repairing objects requires tech skills. Yeah, so
actually
suppose-
building them, though, we're not trying to do that.
Yeah, you're
we're
not
trying
trying
to
to build them,
understand.
yeah.
So
So,
could
yeah,
science be applicable?
yes, science would be applicable because that is
Wow.
the understanding. But building also requires tech, so that is an understanding of science and stuff. James isn't an architecture one.
I don't think any of us have tech other than tech
No.
medical, right?
I have tech sci-tech, but I don't think that'll help.
So science is going to be our best option. So yeah, I say to
Fine.
Catherine. Sorry, go on, Vita.
Oh no, I was saying neither do I. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I've got an idea what I'll do later, so remind me that I suggested something in case I forget.
Okay.
So you've made your way up to them, yeah?
To Catherine.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Thank you.
And Verax, do you just follow Yasaragi? He's
He's asleep.
I'm going to take that as a yes, and move him up there.
So, anyone talk to me?
Yeah,
Wait,
it's too
I'm here.
it's too late. You phased out. I'm gonna actually say that was your character who phased out and just went into a drone-like state and followed Yasaragi up there.
So
You come
Oh.
to Verax and notice
Yes,
that
yes,
you're,
yes.
you're still with Yasaragi,
sounds
but you're
familiar.
not stood where you used to be stood. So maybe you're slightly confused by that.
No things are better. You see? Look at the map.
so I
Anyway,
get.
sorry. It's just that I'm starting to have some lag. I don't think it's your fault. I think it's probably something like a pocket loss. You know?
Do you have the webcams
it-
on?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, my webcam is working.
I mean,
Can
do you
see me?
see our webcams?
That might
Oh,
be causing
yeah.
some strain.
Yes, I can see you, but sometimes it just
I
freeze
think-
and scatter, and also the audio. But it's not because of your connection. Is I am a bit far away from the router, and sometimes I have some problem of pocket loss and happen, and you know, it's just a few seconds, but no, it's okay. I mean, now seems that it's stabilized.
You keep spiking in packet loss. You're at 5% now, but before you was at like 30.
Might be worth you switching
Yeah.
off your ability to see our webcams. Like it's eating a lot of your space.
It's in settings at the bottom. What I want to receive from others.
I can't understand why he keeps changing his position. It's like he's trying to go away from me. Why? Yeah, so you have to stay close. We are friends.
Okay. So what was the science check you wanted to do? Have we done that yet?
No, I'm
No.
approaching Catherine.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't feel like disabling your webcam would really help. I mean, when the pocket loss go down, I started to. I mean, it's not a matter of how much data I'm trying to import. It's just science. The data doesn't arrive to my PC, so it's not a matter of. It's not lag. You know, it's not the ping that rise. It's something a bit different. Well, anyway, let's go on. I mean, sorry.
Okay, so Yasaragi approaches Catherine.
Yes, and I am like, well met.
I'm sat on the steps of the massage parlour with my hat in my hands, looking pretty annoyed. So I don't say anything.
I get sort of a bit flustered and kind of like turn away and look to the sky and things for a second and scratch my brow, and I'm like, look, we may need your assistance on this mission. I don't know how I would know this, by the way, out of character. How the hell would I know that you have scientific training? Can I assume?
I mentioned medical stuff to Vita.
Right,
Let's
that's
just
good
assume that
enough.
I've told you this.
Yeah.
I've told you that.
So I'm like, it's my understanding that you're knowledgeable in the sciences to a degree. Is that correct?
Indeed it is, sir.
Have you any understanding, or do you think you might be able to fathom the local power grid and see which one of these buildings that you've successfully scouted is responsible for the running of the glass tower?
I can certainly give it a try, but I won't be making any promises.
I think it could aid us greatly.
Do I roll for tech then?
I think I lawyered it so we can use science.
Okay.
Right, I'm just gonna move a couple of characters slightly so I can actually see a bit more of the thing, because I can barely read any of the stuff underneath anymore. Right, there we go. Piling up.
Are we going to be
Right.
checking both separately or both at the same
I would
time?
imagine it's both separately.
Yeah,
I
it'd
don't
be
know.
separate. It would be separate.
Okay. Well, what about the plane that we discussed earlier? I mean,
What would the science check be modified by? What would it
Int.
be modified by? Intelligence.
Yeah.
So
Of course, if
it's
you have any bonuses to intelligence.
it's a 2.
It's literally straight
it's just
2d6.
A 2d6 for you, yeah.
Yeah. Which is the best we can do.
I need you to ping which one you're going for. There's one here. If you hold down, oh, you're on a laptop. I don't know if you'll be able to. One there and one up there.
Can I do the one that I'm nearest to?
Yeah, this one. Okay. So it's just a straight.
sorry, what grid means? I mean, power is okay, but the grid?
Power grid, it's basically what it says. It's a grid-like system to distribute the power.
Oh,
Build
okay.
to the
So if we
buildings.
shut down those power grid, we could be able to shut down also maybe the security system.
Yeah.
Exactly. Ding, 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 ding. You're correct, sir.
I
So-
won.
We could even take out
Okay.
like the whole fucking upper district, who knows?
Well, it's okay. I got my glasses, you know, I can see through the night, I think.
Okay, so you using your scientific knowledge, you theorize or hypothesize that grid seems to be powering something very big, and you theorize that is probably powering the glass tower, but you don't know for certain.
I would definitely still do the second check.
Yasu. This might be it, but I'd like to check the others.
I guess I kick the railing and look it over like, we could blow this up.
And so you head over to the other power grid?
Yeah, the one at the opposite side.
Uh,
Oh,
Oh, wait,
Oh,
that
wait,
was
wait,
1d6.
wait, you're an expert! You're an expert! You can
no,
fucking...
wait,
Oh, she rolled it wrong anyway.
Just
She needs,
roll
it's
one
a,
Oh, really?
yeah, it's a 2d6.
Oh my
She
god.
accidentally did a 1.
I just freaked out for a second.
Calm down, it's alright.
Well, that's pretty
So-
bad.
Ooh.
well, it's not alright.
It's a success, at least.
Yeah. You
I'm
you
not sure if it's.
lift your hat off and you scratch your head and you're like, this also seems to be powering the glass tower.
I knew it all along.
Sneaky.
It's the old video game trope of you don't do it once, you don't do it twice, you do it 3 times.
Right, so this, to aid with this in a certain way, I'm going to roll my knowledge-based criminal check, see if there's any illegal activities happening around this area that might assist us in this endeavour.
Meanwhile, I'll try to see if I can do something useful.
That's a 10.
Wow.
This where you're currently stood. Are you using what was the check for? Was it
Knowledge-based criminal.
culture criminal?
Yes.
Okay, so you've heard through like walking around and through the general word of mouth grapevine as you've been walking around, people
I'm chatting
mentioning
to the odd street urchin, going, "Here you go, son. Here's a bit of this. What about some illegal? What have you heard around here?"
you'd heard that there was a backdoor illegal fighting den. Is what you'd heard, and you heard that it was at that building there, and it has just appeared. So it's just to your east.
Ping that again. I wasn't taking a note. Fighting den. That's all right.
Can we check the structural integrity thing that I was going to do? I also wanted to
yeah,
look at.
guessing that that'd be the same. I'm guessing that'd probably also be science. Right? I can't think of what else it would be.
I'm gonna take a look.
It could be just a perception check to see if there's anything obvious that's going on.
Oh, it could be. You're checking it for weaknesses.
Yeah.
Is
If
that
you
what you're
want
checking
to
it for?
actually
Just in
check the
case.
structural integrity of the building, I'm pretty sure it would be a profession architecture check. If you wanted to do that. Or you could
None
just...
of us are really going to know, are we? So we're just obviously looking for obvious signs, really, of
Well,
any...
it could be a security check.
No.
based on-
That's for like actual key card systems, cameras, that kind of thing.
But you could be looking on the building to see if there's like dead spots of cameras and stuff like that.
But
Like-
he's looking for this like
Like
a
actual-
weak spot to
Oh,
bring
it's
the
all made out
building
of
down
glass.
to
with
actually
explosives.
destroy the building.
Yeah.
Not
Is it
like a
actually,
weakness
like-
as like easy entries in? Or
No,
bits that
like
don't
remove
have
this pillar and everyone dies kind of weak spot.
a- Right.
I mean, you could potentially choose to give it to him on a perception check or something, but I would say it's a profession architecture check.
It would require extreme knowledge of architecture, and I think if it was easy as spotting something, the 5 ticks would have blown it up years ago.
It's just a big red button that says "Do not push." It's on the outside wall.
Well, I think
Is it
I'm
all
good.
made out of glass?
I don't think so.
It's a glass-like material.
Oh.
It's see-through in large quantities. Looks out across the place. Mirror sheened. So what actions do you take?
I can't actually think of anything else we need to check. Is there anything else anyone wants to check?
Right, what left? How much time is left of the day before it becomes like bedtime?
You went in and saw Anna Feng, where she said that she'd popped out. That was around lunchtime, so we're going to be looking around 1 p.m. After all of these checks, I'm probably going to say it's about 2:30, 3 o'clock. After the conversation you had with her, walking and checking all of this stuff.
Right, okay. I'm going to suggest to the group, so I'm gonna suggest everyone gather round. Right. I suggest you guys lay low for a while. I'm gonna scout this entrance out and see from now on until about, shall we say, 7 o'clock in the evening, who goes in and out of that place. I'll see, and I'll come back to where you guys are, and we'll take a chill pill for a while, and then we'll discuss a plan in the morning. How's that sound?
We need to have this letter retrieved by the end of the day.
Oh crap! Of course we do. Right. Right. Okay. We need a plan then.
The pressure is on.
My head. I pick my head out of Yasuragi's shoulder because maybe Yasuragi didn't notice, but I'm actually in the same position of He noticed. Wait. Where are you going?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Something like I pick out and say, "I'm a god. I can make you enter the building. I have papers." I start eating
Okay.
papers.
You've given me a genius idea, mate. Go on, Vita. Okay.
No, I'm saying I'm all ears with your idea. Yes, we're gonna see yours first.
I do want someone to assess the situation with the cameras inside as discreetly as possible, but I also want Ferax to go inside in his disguise and use it to convince one of the members of personnel, to tell him where the morgue is, so that we know where the body's located and hopefully the letter will be close by. Then I'm going to contact Joshua, who's going to hopefully provide us with a reasonable quantity of explosives. We're going to destroy the power grids, both of them. And we're going to storm the building from any entrances which we can discern. We need to check for back entrances, and we'll send in Ferax and me, guns blazing through the front. We'll have you guys sneak in through the rear. We'll be a distraction. You'll get to the morgue. It's all going to go great.
That's great. Well, I have a tiny little bit of a criticism, well, an alteration.
Please.
How about we do the explosives as a fall plan or an escape plan? Once Steven gets some explosives to the power grid, one of us goes in with Ferax, and we say that we are here to inspect the ward. We go in, get to the ward. I communicate with you, blow it up, bam, and we use the chaos to escape or to steal the notes if it is under heavy guard.
That's a
I'm
thinking man's plan, and I give you a high five.
I'm like, they're two really good ideas, but he has a guard's uniform and papers. Maybe he could just ask to get the letters.
That's right. We're going to send him in first, under Vita's instruction, and he's going to try to convince them to let him into the facility where he could easily walk out with the papers. If it goes tits up, I'm bringing it down.
I think that's a nice plan. What do you think, Catherine and Samuel? What do you think?
Personally, I'd have Samuel pretend to be dead and have Ferex take him in, but I'll go with your plan.
Oh, you bring a good point there, lass.
We'd need to bring his heart rate down very low. I'm not sure if he'd be game.
Probably not.
I do know where to get opium.
Well, it's an opportunity. We could sneak in Samuel as another cadaver. That way, I'll come in as I'll pretend to be some sort of big cheese, and Ferex could be the guard that's escorting me.
Let's not overcomplicate things, but it's definitely a possibility. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea too, but out of character. Perhaps we should take a minute to get something a bit more cohesive together, because we have several good ideas.
Alright, so out of character, how do you think we should do this? Have you guys got any ideas?
I like the idea of him using his clearance level 4 thing. We've actually lost Niccolo.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm still here. I'm trying to. I've lost off camera. Wait a second.
Oh, I see. I definitely like the idea of using those papers. I think that's one of our biggest leverage points right now.
You could just ask them to bring the papers to him. The letter.
I think that's a bit... We're just giving them our objective that way, which might not be the best. Like, it might be better for him to request to go to the morgue or something.
Hey Matt, what do I've been watching this place for quite some time. What do official people look like in District 9?
5.
There's a few very aristocratically dressed gentlemen that walk in and out of that place, but for the most part, it's men in uniform, like guards, and so on.
Are there
if you're particularly lucky, but that would require a certain role, there may be a couple of different people.
Well, again, I'm just thinking, if I ask to borrow from the tailor a more aristocratical-looking outfit, it'll make my story with Ferex a bit more believable. If I go in there acting like I'm some big cheese...
It might do, but you'd need civilian papers to back up that identity, because they're very... I imagine that they'd ask.
Oh, so they are very strict.
Yeah, if you check your civilian papers, there may be... If you're from the upper district, then you're kind of seen as aristocracy. If you're not from the upper district, then you're not really.
Fair enough,
actually, can I say something? I was thinking that maybe if I try to enter with all of you guys, it could be a bit risky and suspicious. Maybe I can try.
I've got it. If Ferex comes in and says that, shows his card and says that this person is next of kin for the person, and there's some items that he needs to take off him, it might be where they might believe him because he's got papers, and they can even use my fake ID.
Well, something like
No.
Come in with Yasuragi, and Yasuragi is an enormous big plasma projector, and they say it's okay, he's with me. Something like he can take it.
We should do. It should be, in my opinion, it should be like a routine security check, because you have clearance level 4. You can go in there, and most likely you'll be able to say, "Look, I need access to the morgue," and they'll request your papers, and you'll be able to go in there, and you might be able to take someone with you dressed as an official or something.
Yeah.
But the only thing we can guarantee is that you can probably get in there. Maybe. We can't even guarantee that, but it's our best shot. And I want to stay back outside in a strategic position, observing, say, the entrance or wherever I need to be, ready to make some crazy rush if necessary, and also ready to blow the grid.
So, actually, what if I enter with... there's any engineer with us. I mean, actually, we are warriors, psychic, and engineer.
We
right?
kind of have scientists / medics. Yeah, we don't really have any engineers.
No, wait. I'm talking about the class. You know.
Oh.
Expert.
Oh, experts. Yeah, we have 2, right?
No, one.
One.
Expert, 2 psychics, 2 warriors.
It would be a good idea to use that reroll in an advantageous way.
Yes, I was thinking that maybe Catherine, you're an expert, right?
She also has level 3 papers.
Wow.
Yeah, but
which I noticed.
Those 2 highest level paper people should be the ones to enter, most likely.
In that case, I suggest that Tharax goes with Catherine.
Yeah.
Catherine pretends to be some sort of official person with level 3 clearance with Tharax. How about that?
Yeah,
we'll be back
like,
up.
I can guarantee from her, you know? I can just say she's with me. She's she's an expert, she has to control something, and so I can, you know, guarantee from her. Because I'm actually a guard, I have a paper level 4, and why they should be suspicious? I mean...
Right, I want you guys... I want someone to work out an extraction plan. Find us a rear entrance, something like that. So if I do take out the power, we can pull you guys out safely still in the confusion. And in the meantime, I'm going to call Core and negotiate about Semtech. Is everyone good with that?
Right. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
Does anybody elect themselves to go and find the back door? Didn't mean to make that sound so sexual. I do apologize.
God, I love that we're using the term backdoor.
Massage parlour.
Oh, I just can't wait to say cut the hard line in this episode. It's going to be great.
Does anybody elect themselves, or does Yasu point at somebody and say you? Or does he just take the leadership role and just become like a badass and just like, you go now?
I'm definitely not a leadership guy particularly, but if someone's got perception, like Samuel, yeah, I point at Samuel. I'm like, you've got 2 eyes.
Actually, do I have any bonus to perception because of my Googles?
Since I'm here anyway, can we not look for any like entrances and exits?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Check the whole thing, even if it's on the roof, anything. Don't know how you would do that.
Maybe,
yeah, I know, but
maybe quite a check.
Yeah,
there's more than one.
You actually bend space-time and see the roof.
Well, it's not just that, you're not even at the bottom of the glass tower, because it starts the underhabs. So.
You astral project, you somehow roll a 19 and leave your body.
At the moment, I can only teleport 10 centimeters, but I'm at
10 centimeters. That's the most useless teleport.
Less than jumping.
No. My bad. No, it's not 10 centimeters. It's 10 meters.
Oh, that would be brilliant.
It would get him through a rice paper wall.
They'll never catch me. Boom.
Well, it is called sidestep. Well, it's called sidestep at the moment. So
Okay. And I hand my compad to Catherine, and I'm like, "Would you mind dialing Core?"
Dialing who?
It's one of the only 2 in there, and it's not Vita. Joshua Core Rackman.
Okay.
I'm a popular guy.
I'm dialing the dude.
Dialing the dude.
Thank you. That cuts like 9 minutes off the process.
So you ring again. It rings for literally a nanosecond before it gets answered. The voice at the other end. Wait one moment. The voice at the other end answers the phone and says, Yasaragi, you did say you'd be calling me very soon. I didn't think it'd be this soon.
Well, I did warn you. I may be in need of your assistance, sir. I don't know whether you...
channel timed out.
Oh boy. Whether you perhaps have access to explosives of any kind, but I am in dire need of some, in fairly large amounts. Let's say quantities large enough to bring down a power grid.
Explosives, you say? Not particularly my area, however, Shelby used to quite like playing with explosives when he was younger. I'm sure he would be able to help you out. I think he's currently at the Opium Den. If you go there and speak to him, he should be able to help you out. He's normally got some fun up his sleeves.
I appreciate it, Core.
May I ask, however, what would the explosives be used for?
We're just thinking of doing a little slumber party at the Glass Tower.
Ah, Discord. Well, if it's against the council, of course you'd be able to get them for free, as long as you make sure that they're aware that it was the 517 Authentics.
I'm sure we can make that happen. Beautiful.
Man.
And
he puts the phone down, I guess.
I hang up. Feel pretty proud, actually. Grand.
That's perfect. We can. And that encourages Vita goes. That's absolutely perfect, mate. That means we can pin it all on them, and they won't suspect a bloody thing about what we're doing.
And they'll be overjoyed about it. It's the first time my explosive have ever come free. Anyway.
I hold up my hand for a high five to Yasiragi.
You can see actually Farax is something like shivering because just the word of explosion just making him, excited and bad.
I just shake you by the shoulder. I'm like, you're gonna love it, mate. Great. Oh god.
Let's do it now. Let's blow it now.
I closed Roll20. I got way too excited.
Can I add that I inputted my compad details into Yasuragi's when I had hold of it?
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
You're very welcome.
My backpack to Vita Van Weldon, something like I don't even realize it just like a backpack around me. So now Vita, you have your backpacker.
Oh, that's absolutely sound, mate.
Sorry, guys, that was a total fuck up on my part.
Too kind of you, too kind of you.
Guess I'll do the perception roll.
Okay, so you're checking to see if there's a back door.
I'm checking for any doors or,
all
any
entrance ways, etc.
where we can get in and out, or if there's any
And whilst you're doing this, Yasu, are you heading to Shelby? What is it you're doing whilst this is happening?
I'm heading to what I assume is the Opium Den, which is the old bakery with the 517 logo here, where the first night basically was spent. Okay, here I go.
And does anybody go with Yasu?
I'll go with him.
Okay.
Okay, and what's Catherine doing? Does she go with Samuel? Does she go with Yasiragi? What does she do?
Are me and Ferax going in the tower yet, or are we waiting for everyone to come back?
Whoa, hold your horses.
All we're doing is that we're retrieving the explosives for the backup plan.
No one's told them. They're just like, oh, it's time, is it?
Over like the group comms, I'm like, we've got till midnight. Let's take it slow and steady. Pull this off right.
Okay, I'm gonna go hover outside the massage parlor and see if they've forgiven me yet.
See if they're into women yet.
And
you like this yet? You like this?
And what does Ferax do? Does he go with Yasiragi and Vita? Does he go with Samuel? Does he just stand around the glass tower, getting excited at the idea of bombs?
Rolling rolls.
Oh yeah, I rolled just to see if check if Twitch that's the second personality of Farax can just for a moment surpass him. I say it's always from 1 to 6 it's Farax, from 7 to 12 is Twitch. So actually you see that Farax just take a stand-up position, is not rubbish, and just look at you something like, okay guys, let's do that things. Something like suddenly is just acting like a normal person.
It's like straightening out his uniform and...
Okie dokie. So yeah, go ahead Samuel. Have you already done your roll? Is that 2d6?
Yep, 6.
Okay, so from where you're stood now, see that there is, and I will tool here.
Do you want me to do separate ones from each angle, or I was just walking round, so that could have been just one, if you know what I mean. Or I can do separate ones if you want.
Well, from where you just are, you can see that there's an entrance there.
Do you want me to do separate ones from different places then? Or one as if I walked around?
Yeah, I suppose you could do that one for as if you've walked around. It'd be relatively easy to spot. There's 2 doors. There's one that side, and there's one the other side.
Do we know which one's the main entrance, where everyone's coming in and out of?
There's people coming in and out of both of them.
Ah, okay.
If it's literally as simple as seeing the doors, then of course it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
In hindsight, can I do a retcon a slightly that? Before we go, I'll ask Samuel to check if he can see through the door. Because if that's the case, I'll be able to I might be able to teleport on the other side if need be to open it.
Okay, well,
Is
the
that
doors,
okay?
the doors are automatic doors. They're open up to everybody. Yasaragi would probably have remembered that, given that he walked in freely to get a license.
Yeah, and I believe you can see through, like...
Yeah,
it's mirrored, but if you get your face up to it, you can probably see through.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. As long as I can see where as long as I've been, or can see where I'm going, I can where I'm going to end up, I can go anywhere.
On the stroll over to the opium den, I call back to the party, and I'm like, we need someone to check the cameras, the security system in there. That's something we've missed so far. And I leave it to the people remaining at the glass tower to step inside and look at what they can without, just don't push it too far. Try not to get thrown out, but if you do, whatever.
And suddenly I transform myself into a snail. You see?
Yeah, I do see that. Oh, it's such a good snail.
Yeah.
That's great.
No! I use something like a shaman.
That's clearly a ninja.
Who's looking for these cameras?
I'll casually stroll in.
You strolling into the building?
Yeah, I'm like at the door though. Can you see right to the other door? Can you see right through?
No,
this?
there's offices and desks
and
all sorts of stuff. Counters.
So when I walk in, what do I see? Something broken on Roll20. Wow.
I'm starting to be a lot of things all at the same time.
So when you walk in, you can see that there is a lot of people walking to and from with important paperwork and whatnot, and it's pretty much, if you've ever been to like a job centre, it looks kind of like that, like a general office with snooty bastards in there.
That describes a job office perfectly.
Yes.
And there's a gentleman behind the counter who looks particularly callous and cruel. And there's an office in the far corner that's just sort of got its lights turned off. But you can see shadows moving around in there.
Yeah. Is there like a queue for the desk, or is it just there?
It's just there, there's no queue for it.
Dear. That's not good. Well, I'll quickly take a quick look around, like literally just go in, look around, and then
try to find some leaflets. Just read a leaflet.
Kill a leaflet, cut 2 holes in it, and hold it up like this.
That's exactly how it's done.
I'm just gonna walk in and then take a quick glance around and be like, oh, forgot, and then leave.
That is brilliant. That's the best role playing we've seen so far.
And you
Steady
trying
perception.
to...
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, to
looking
try
for
and see if
cameras
there's
and
anything
stuff.
in there. Okay.
Come on, 13, if that's even possible.
Them again.
And you're no expert, so... Damn.
Well, you notice that there is a camera either side of the door when you walk in, but that's as much as you know.
If you don't feel like you've gotten enough information, you could request that the other party members help. I think Ferax has perception, and I'm not sure about Catherine, I can't remember.
Yes.
Other one, that's
Yeah, I really have 2 points of perception, so I have a bonus of +1, so I can actually do it. I'm also close, so let me check.
Are you gonna go in or stay outside? Because I don't know.
Yeah,
see through
also
the
are you
glass.
going to do the other side, maybe the other entrance? Just a possibility.
I think if I went in one
Okay.
side and then went in the other, it might look a bit weird.
Yeah, not you.
Okay, so I walked to the other side and then I tried to. Well, actually,
We lost him?
User entered your channel.
Now we've got 2 of him.
Is
Okay,
he
can you
actually...
hear me?
Ah, I
Yep.
can hear you now. Yeah.
Can you guys see all those little symbols on the glass tower?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're helping.
User in your channel timed out.
okay,
There we go. I'll just clear up his character. There we go. Oh wait, I've missed one still somehow.
well,
You're quite laggy, Niccolo. Maybe
You have some awesome packet loss.
I did.
You have like 20% packet loss.
Oh, I'm laggy.
Very.
Oh my god.
it's not as bad as now. You're at
Can you
4%
hear me now?
Yeah, I can now.
Okay.
Oh, it's gone again.
Just whenever you start talking.
Yeah, maybe reset your
The quote-
router, Niccolo.
Gotta disable those
To quote
webcams.
Catherine, it sounds like hurt derp derp hurt derp.
He rolled an 8 still.
Oh, he rolled an 8.
I
And
can hear
is
you.
he inside the building?
User
Did he
disconnected from your channel.
go into the building, like do the same as what Samuel did?
I don't think we were able to hear that.
I thought he said he was outside at the other side, but I could be wrong.
Possibly. I'd hope he goes in, because it's going to be a much more difficult check through the mirrored windows.
Although he may find out something else if he does a check there, who knows?
Possibly. Yeah, we should
Wait.
do perception checks on the outside. That should have been part of like the scouting for entrances and shit, I think.
Well, in retrospect, we could do that.
We could take a break while we're waiting for him. I really,
yeah, that could-
really need
Sure,
toilet.
let's do that.
Alright, I think
that
we'll
gap
leave
and
it-
it was so anticlimactic because I expected it to be something crazy. Right, yeah, we'll take a break whilst he's
we'll be
sorting out
right back
himself.
after these messages.